Just yesterday, we had the very first part. And the idea behind the do's and don'ts series is to simply go through each and every question type in PTE and to give you the top tip on those particular tasks, and you know what's that one thing you should really be doing and what's the one thing you don't want to do. And today here with me is Ali. Yesterday Ali was with me and we were talking about speaking section, and we've covered the entire speaking section, and we also covered essay writing. I beg your pardon, we covered summarized written text. Today we've got the reading and writing wizard with me, Ali, again, and Ali is going to go in depth and give you those top tips with regards to essay and as well as the entire reading section. Ali, the floor is yours. Ali, I think I'll just stop you quickly, Ali. I think there is a bit of noise distortion. We'll just check if that's okay. As we are live, I think just quickly check.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's better now. Yeah, definitely. Yes, you were saying, Ali.
Okay, better. But I need to. Okay, just give me a second. Okay,
No, it's all good, Ali. It's all good.
You know? Well,
yes, it's all good. Yeah.
So yes, as I mentioned, so we will be talking about each task, what to do, what not to do, and then we'll do some practice, and I will be giving up to 1 minute, 2 minutes for students who are online and would like to engage and participate. They just need to leave their comments and we will be checking it.
Excellent. I think it'll be very beneficial for the students as well. So guys, those of you who's joined with us, be interactive, participate, and you know, I think instantly if you heed to Ali's advice, surely enough you'll see some results.
Okay. Then let's get started. So first of all, essay. In the essay, the do, you have to do it. You need to address all the keywords from the question prompt. You will be given a question prompt by the examiner at the top of your screen. There are some keywords that you should address in your general statement. In the first sentence, when you start typing, those keywords must be taken and you must track them over there. If you do so, you will be maximizing your content score. If you don't do it, you will be in a big trouble, okay? And you don't need to forget revising your essay at the end. So what happens in this task, students, when they finish, they tend to press next, or when they check spelling, they just check it quickly. When you need to check spelling, you must bring your head closer and you need to revise it properly for the spelling and the typing mistakes, okay? Yep. So do address all the keywords from the question prompt. Students, take a look at this question prompt. In academic studies, grouping students according to academic abilities is good or not good. Give your opinion. If you would like to share your thoughts in the comments, what would be the keywords that must be included in the general statement? So we are looking for the keywords here, because including the keywords within your general statement will maximize your content score.
Ali, also, when you mention general statement, it has to be in some form of a phrase.
Yes, it has to be in the form of a phrase, because, you know, in the first sentence of our template, we have already started the sentence and we left blank, okay? If you fill up this blank with a phrase, you will be doing the job. So excellent. If we look at this one, so this will be my keywords. So grouping students according to academic abilities. Yeah, I just took it as it is and I chucked it in my template. So if students can see it, the importance of grouping students according to their academic abilities, which was always debatable, has now become more controversial. Okay, doing that at the beginning Addressing the keywords from the question prompt at the beginning will help you to get the content score. Don't forget to revise your essay to identify the typing errors. Atiq and students, I will give you 15 seconds to dig for the spelling mistakes over there in my
Okay.
hand.
Challenge accepted. Okay, I can already see a couple there, I believe, Ali.
Okay. So here we go. Yes, there are two of them. Yeah. So the first one is academic, and I changed the E for A, and the other one is abilities. I dropped one I.
Yes.
Trust me, Atiq, you may agree with me. If you look apart at this screen, okay, and if you are not revising and screening the words one by one, you may not be able to get it out, especially in the exam. What do you think?
Definitely, Ali. And it's so, because there are no red dot lines and there isn't any autocorrect, it's, on the naked eye, everything looks correct.
Mm.
However, it's so blatantly that, we've missed out on an eye on the abilities, and academic spelling is wrong. So guys, very good tip. Even though you may have completed your essay earlier than your allotted time, make sure you do your spelling checks. Good tip, Ali.
Okay, so this will be for my essay. Hopefully it helps. Do address all the keywords and don't forget revising your spelling and typing.
Excellent.
The next one I would like to move is the first reading task. Usually the first reading task is fill in the blanks, reading and writing.
Ali.
Yes.
So could you please also make the students aware that for our reading section, will it always be a case where the exam is going to start with fill in the blanks, reading and writing?
Okay, so usually it changes, but the last trend, the exam was starting with fill in the blanks, reading and writing.
Okay.
However, this is not a guarantee that it will keep like that. So for a couple of months, 3 to 4 months, we have seen it starting all the time with fill in the blanks, reading and writing.
Okay.
However,
Right.
that's why I said usually. However, this doesn't guarantee that all the time your first task will be fill in the blanks, reading and writing.
Okay, excellent.
Okay. So now if you are assuming we're going in the flow and we're starting with fill in the blanks, reading and writing, and who doesn't know how important this task is to your reading and writing score?
Absolutely. And what's the message you have got for us? What should we do? What should we not do?
You need to do you need to read the passage. Do read the passage to understand the meaning. Okay. Students, unfortunately, in this task, they tend to jump straight away to the blanks. Yeah. So they just look at the blank because they are kind of fighting with the time. They're running. They feel that they don't have time. So a student do jump straight away to the blank itself and only check the context maybe around the blank. And this is wrong. You need to read the message. You need to understand the meaning of the text. Understanding the meaning of the text will help you to increase the chance of getting the right answers. So,
okay, so it's not just about solving the blanks, or we do need to read to understand the passage.
You do need to read the passage, yes. And when I say read, like you can scan it quickly, but at least you're reading it and understanding it. And when it comes to the blank itself, you read thoroughly the context before and after it. Okay. And do not blindly select an option. Don't ever do it. And probably because it's a scroll down, maybe students love it. Like they scroll down, they get 4 or 5 options. Okay, let me try my luck. It's risky, yeah. So don't blindly select an option. You have time. You can spend 2 minutes and a half up to 3 minutes on this type because it's very important. So if you do read the passage well and you avoid selecting an option blindly, you will be able to increase the chance of scoring well.
Excellent. So we've got a question in front of us. Let's give it a shot. So students, if you're participating with us, hey, you've got some time. Let's solve this question and put up your answers on the comment box if you can. Personally, Ali, I like to read not just on my mind, but I like to bit of mumble as well. So I do that. That works for me to concentrate a bit more. Not reading aloud per se, but just just humming. I would say now strange and exciting ingredients would be used to. I think that's how I, I would say ever since my childhood, whenever I was reading newspaper as well, I was just, humming and mumbling when I was reading just to get more attention and information.
Okay, we'll give them 1 more minute.
Yep.
You don't need to rush them. Take your time, dear students.
And because of the weightage as well, I think it would be a very bad idea just to rush through thinking that, okay, I have got lots of other questions to solve as well. So that would be wrong. I think because of the weightage, rather than rushing through, perhaps you spend a bit extra time in this one. Guys, get your answers in quickly.
I'm going to give them 30 more seconds. Okay, we can now show the answers. Here we go. Those are my answers.
All right.
So if you do read the passage and understand the meaning, you will be able to get the options right. So for the first one, if quickly, so if you look at the verb recreate, okay, and you are talking about some nutritious meals, yeah, so you are try and recreate, okay. And for example, if you move to the next one, if you read the class they had become, you will be able to get it ruling, and here it like refers to kind of flow or influencing the class as they have become, okay. However, students, because they have some words like general and widespread, ruling, dominate, they may tend to guess and go, and this will be working against them, okay.
Yes.
Even the third one, conspire here, like kind of making a secret plan, okay.
Yep.
We all conspire to make cooking and even more. So look at secret plan, conspire, something reflecting something more difficult. Yeah, it must be more difficult prospect. Okay, why? Because of the word conspire, which reflects a kind of secret plan. So the food prospect will be more difficult than before. Okay.
Excellent.
And the last one, an interesting mix of East meets West. Yeah, so we are talking about East and West. So you're talking about mix. Okay. So this is how I would solve this question. Indeed, the vocabulary skills you have got will play a role. The collocation skills will play a role. But at the end of the day, reading the passage to understand the meaning will increase the chance of getting the right answer. Okay. And don't go with the perspective to the exam, I will guess. Don't do it. If you are starting in this way, it will be so difficult for you to fix it later.
Okay. All right. Good tip.
Okay. So that's for fill in the blanks, reading and writing. We move to the next one is multiple choice question, choose multiple answers. In this task, you need to select more than one correct answer. So do read the question before you read the passage. It is highly advised to read the question, understand the question prompt, okay? Then you read the passage. So that later when you read the passage, you are reading for a purpose. What is the purpose? Answering the question that you have read. But if you start, yes, Atik.
Sorry, I've got a quick question. So when you say read the question, should we also be reading the question along with the options?
Yeah. So the first thing, when you read the question, okay, you will scan the options quickly.
Okay.
You will scan the questions quickly, the options quickly. So you read the questions, you scan the options quickly, then you jump to the passage, okay? Here, when you are reading the passage, you don't have time to read it word by word, sentence by sentence, yeah? So for this task, you need to spend up to 1.5 minutes only. So you need to scan quickly, and you will slow down when you find some keywords matching with the question prompt.
Right.
Then you compare with the options that you have already scanned. So reading the question before reading the passage will help you save time and help you reading for a purpose, because you can't read blindly. Like, it's very bad to read and you don't know what is the reason of reading. And
Okay.
don't select more than one option if you are not sure. Okay, in multiple answers, you must be aware that there is negative marking, okay? If there were two correct options, if you selected one of them which is correct and selected another one which was wrong, you will get 0. Why? Because +1 for the right selection and -1 for the wrong selection, you get 0. So here on the right side.
Ali, sorry, I've just got another question. So since there are negative marking, what if I'm not sure of any answers? Should I just be leaving it blank?
Don't leave it blank. Select one option. If you only select one option, it may work. Like, you may get 1 mark, who knows? But if you select nothing, indeed you are getting 0.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so don't leave any question blank. This is a very important point. And when you are selecting the options, if you are uncertain about the second or the third option, then select only what you are certain about. Get 1 mark, save your time, and move next.
Okay. All right.
Let's have a look at this one. I'm going to give students 1.5 minutes, and we will be doing it together by reading the question first and so on.
So you're so right in saying that we need to read the question first and read it well. And it says, what does the reader of this text learn about John Robertson? So I believe we need to find out information that relates to something that the reader has learned about John Robertson. So that's something that we should be looking for. And the rest of it, we should just, read through and skim it.
Okay, I'm going to give a quick tip for those who are solving it. There are 2 correct options in this item.
Those of you who are participating with us, quickly pop in your answers on the comment box.
Okay.
All right, let's share, Ali. What do we have?
So those are the correct options. His abilities were evident at a young age, and he achieved success rapidly. And here is the trick. Let's have a look. His abilities were evident at a young age. If we go to the second paragraph, the second last line, where he was ahead of his time in improving the working conditions of local mine workers. Yeah. So his abilities were evident at a young age.
True. Excellent. Yep. Makes sense.
And he achieved success rapidly. If we go all the way to the end, which they had noticed in the young man, what did they notice? They noticed his abilities, the way he can acquire knowledge. All this was noticed in the young man, so he was achieving success rapidly. And here, Atik, there's a very trick in this, very big trick in this question. Like, he completed his degree in 1910. So students, when they saw this number 1910,
yes,
they saw 1910 mentioned in the text, they they match it together.
Yeah.
1910 over there is not mentioning that he completed his degree. Okay, so please, students, be aware of such tricks. Clear answers like this maybe just to trick you. Strong answers like this maybe just to trick you. In all cases, if you're happy to go with B, you don't need to risk it. Just go with his abilities were evident at a young age and move it.
Okay, excellent. Good job.
We move to the next one, Atik. reorder paragraph, everyone's nightmare.
I don't know why everyone, consider this as a nightmare. We do understand that, you are the master in sharing the top tips. So please clear all our doubts.
Okay, so for reorder paragraph, do look for keywords to find pairs. The first job you must do is to find pairs. This must be your main concern, finding two sentences in pair, because you will get 1 mark from this pair, no matter where you allocate it, okay? If you can get the full sequence right, this is the best scenario. However, still, if you are getting pairs correct, you are getting 1 mark for that. So do look for keywords to find pairs. Those two sentences, they are not pair out of nowhere. There is a relationship between them, okay? One of the most clear clues to convey this relationship is the keywords. So you will find a keyword in sentence 1 existing in sentence 2. And here it may exist exactly the same or as a synonym. So if you read 2 sentences well, you will find this keyword, okay? And don't spend much time in finding out the first sentence of the text. And this is a killer mistake. It is suggested that you find the independent sentence at the beginning, but this shouldn't take by you more than 15 seconds, okay? Because usually independent sentence is very clear. However, if you couldn't find it in the first 15 seconds, 20 seconds, then don't spend time. You are wasting your time. Leave it out. Find the pairs. We just discussed that you are getting 1 mark from each correct pair, okay? So if you couldn't find the independent sentence, don't ever spend too much time. It will be fixed by itself once you accomplish your pairs. Okay?
Yep, sounds good.
For this purpose, guys, viewers, have a look at this question. We're going to give you up to 2 minutes, share your full answers, and then we will discuss it together. And make sure, guys, in the exam, you spend up to 2 minutes in each reorder paragraph.
Ali, what is the maximum time a student should be spending on reorder paragraph?
Yeah, 2 minutes is the maximum. More than this, you may be risking your timing for the fill in the blanks reading, because don't forget, usually in the recent pattern, fill in the blanks reading is coming at the end. So if you spend too much time here, you may end up having less time for fill in the blanks reading. And this is a very bad news. So a student who reaches fill in the blanks reading the 4 or the 5 questions with only 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes, I think you will be in a big trouble.
Makes sense. So guys, start to get your answers in.
You guys can have a look at the last couple of words in sentence A, market value. Where can you see this keyword again? Okay, I'm going to give 30 more seconds. There we go, we are getting some answers. Okay, I think let's discuss it.
Yep.
Okay, before showing the full answer, I think if we take a look, I'm not going to find the independent sentence at this stage. I'm going to just apply the do look for keywords straight away. At the end of A, market value, okay? Market value. And if you look at the beginning of E, besides market, better market value. So the keyword, the last keywords at A exist at the beginning of E. And this is a sentence flow or the implicit meaning relationship. So I can say that A and E come together as a pair. Okay? And if you read it, it will make sense. The prices of their shares have risen all the way to market value, besides better market value. Okay? So this is one clear pair using the keyword. Another pair, let's find another pair. And still, I'm not finding the independent sentence. Due to above facilities, don't ignore sentences starting with these clues. Like ask yourself, due to above facilities, which facilities? You need to look for the previous sentence talking about some facilities.
True.
Obviously, this sentence here is C, talking about the facilities of verification solutions for the credit and loan industry to make financial transactions and bookkeeping breathe, those facilities. So I got another pair, CD, okay? So I just got 2 marks by applying those
Simple tricks. Yeah.
Okay?
Simple, just connections.
Yeah, so CD together and AE together. So the final solution, as you see, will be BCDAE. Obviously here, everyone was able in the comment section to find B as an independent sentence. Okay, it's clear, yeah? Introducing what Melkins has established recently.
Absolutely.
So once you found it and you got the 2 pairs using the keywords, you got it fully correct. Okay. So do look for keywords to find pairs and don't spend too much time in thinking about the first sentence of the text.
Very good tips, Ali.
We will move to fill in the blanks reading. Let's discuss fill in the blanks reading. In fill in the blanks reading, do use your grammar knowledge of parts of speech to increase the chances of getting the right answer. This is a very important point. When you look at the blank itself, try to identify what part of speech this word is, okay? Is it a verb or an adjective or a noun, for example? If you were successfully able to identify that it is a verb, okay? You knew from the look of things, this empty blank, for example, in number 1, must be a verb. Now, you look at the options, you are only looking at verbs. Sometimes you may get one verb, it happens. And here you are so lucky because you only need to drag it and drop it. Sometimes you get 2 or 3 verbs. So instead of looking at 8 options or 9 options, you are looking at 3 options.
3 options, exactly.
This will help a lot. And my message for you guys, please don't leave any blanks unanswered. There is no negative marking. So assume in 2 minutes and a half, as suggested, you still have a doubt about 1 or 2 blanks, okay? And you really don't know what it is. Just follow your intuition and fill it up with any option you feel it is right. Who knows, it may work. Because if you leave it empty, you are indeed getting 0. Okay? So I'm going to give viewers some time. Please share your answers in the comment section on our Facebook page. 2 minutes, 2 minutes and a half, and we'll discuss it together. Let's see who's going to get the full answer. And when it
Guys,
in the blank. Yes, Atik.
sorry. So guys, as you complete the questions, please share your answers as well. Don't feel shy to share your answers, guys. Yes, Ali, you were saying.
And you know, I think straight after fill in the blanks reading and writing, fill in the blanks reading has the highest contribution to the reading score within the reading section tasks.
Yes.
So it's worth practicing it.
You're so right, Ali.
And here, I think there is like later when we discuss one of the blanks, if you just apply the part of speech, no matter like what is your understanding for the word, it will be right. Even if you don't understand the word, it will be right. I'm just having a look at it right now. But I'm just waiting for some answers so that we can jump in. All right, Atik, I think.
Yep. I think it's time. Let's quickly go through the answers.
Okay. here we go. What are the answers? Accelerated, astonished, exceed, tracks, impact. But what I will do, I will just go backward, yeah, and leave it back in this way. The first option, yeah, obviously from the look of things, it must be a verb, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And because I have has, so it has to be a verb in the past participle, okay? A past participle verb. What are the past participle verbs, the third form? I have convinced, astonished, and accelerated. I need to choose only from those options now, okay? And here when you say about producing a new large economy of its own, which has, and you have the word so fast. So what goes with the word so fast? Indeed, it's not convinced,
Mm-hmm.
astonished, it's accelerated, yeah? So we use
Yes.
the word acceleration for so fast. So the
Yes.
first word cleared out of the way. I have got it, accelerated, okay? So now accelerated will not be used anymore. The second one, again, it is a verb, and I have the verb have, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this verb should be past participle as well. Astonished or convinced, okay? Accelerated is done, I'm not using it, so now I have only two options, okay? So the
Yes.
strength is 50%. Is it astonished or convinced? Because it was accelerated so fast, the experts were astonished, okay? So you are trying to describe what happened to the experts, so here it is astonished. Okay.
The experts are surprised. So even if you think about it in a contextual form.
Yes, in a contextual form, yeah, they're kind of astonished or surprised by what happened because the acceleration was so fast.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
If you move to the next one, you have here this to is a to infinitive. Okay, the to infinitive. What does this mean? It has to get a verb in the base form. Okay, in the base form. Looking at the verbs, okay, I have only one verb in the base form, which is exceed. Okay, and or rise. So I have either exceed or rise. But for the money wise, okay, we use exceed, and the answer is exceed. The next one as well is again a verb. However, word bank, I have only one word bank, okay? So subject verb agreement, it has to be verb, which is tracks with,
Tracks. Yeah. There's no
okay?
other options but you to choose that.
That's it. And the last one, you are studying the impact, okay? This is in now.
Hmm.
Let's look at this, guys. For all the verbs that we have solved, if you apply those grammar tips of part of speech, you will be able to score well and get a full score, okay? This is my input on fill in the blanks reading. I will move to the next one, which is multiple choice question. Choose single answer. Do read the question before you read the passage. The same as for multiple choice question, choose multiple answers. And indeed, you need to read the options and scan them quickly. But the main concern is reading the question before jumping to the passage. Why? Because as we mentioned before, you need to read for a purpose, for a question prompt. And don't skip this question. Students do skip this question. Don't do it. Why? Why to give a sign to the computer that this is a very difficult task? This may work against you. Don't skip it. You can do it. It's a very easy task. Okay? So take a look at this one. Same as multiple choice question, choose multiple answers, but there will be only one correct option. In 1 minute and a half, good luck. I would like to see the answer in the comment section.
Yep.
Okay, here, so we are talking about the reason the drug addict take the path of crime. And try to match the keywords. Drug addicts Where can you see it in the text? We can see it in a couple of places, but there is one spot at the end that shows what must be done.
All right, I think it's good enough time, Ali.
Okay, here we go.
You're
They need huge sums of cash to buy drugs. And this was mentioned in the very last sentence. The high cost of these drugs drives the drug addict to steal, kill, or rob people for their money. Okay, so this is how it can be solved by reading the question prompt. Okay, so do read the question before you read the passage and don't skip the question. This is
simple tips.
Atik. How would you like to wrap it up?
Ali, all the tips that you've shared today with regards to especially fill in the blanks questions and reorder paragraph, very valuable. So I hope all our viewers, they were very attentive in understanding how these tips are supposed to be implemented. So simple enough, you follow what you were advised, do exactly as what you were advised, and also keep in mind, don't follow the guidelines that Ali has shared. We thank you for tuning in, Ali.
Thank you so much, Atik. Thank you,
All
everyone.
right. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.